I quit traveling full-time, and here's why. If you don't know who I am, my name is Bailey, and I've been a full-time traveler for the past 3 years. When I graduated college in 2022, I went backpacking around Europe by myself, and I ended up staying for 4 months, and then that pretty much just turned into the rest of my life for the next 4 years. I met a million people along the way. It was the most incredible experience of my life so far, and it taught me so much about myself. But there's some things that people do not talk about when it comes to traveling full-time that after 3 years became so exhausting that I needed to find a different balance, and I needed to change the way my life looked. In this video, I'm going to go over the challenges that I faced as a full-time traveler and how I'm now finding the balance in my everyday life. So if you want to see more about that while I'm in beautiful Montana, because obviously this is not me sitting at home not traveling, continue to watch the video because I'm in Glacier National Park for the next 4 to 5 days. We're doing van life. It's going to be the most incredible thing ever. We're doing a ton of hiking. The weather is beautiful. It's end of September and it's sunny and 75 every single day. And we're just going to chat, and we're going to chat about how life can still be full of travel and full of experiences without ditching everything to go and travel. Because I know I'm sometimes the problem. I ditch, quit your job, break up with a boyfriend, do whatever to go and travel, and it will change your life, because I do truly believe that. But that's not always necessary to still have this profound experience and to travel and to learn so much about yourself. And there is a way to balance it all, to still have a normal life and to still travel, because I refuse to believe that I can't have it all. We made it to Montana!
And we've got the most important thing.
Kombucha. Because we don't have any water at the moment.
And we are gonna try to drive 2 hours-ish?
Yes, across the Sun Road. Right?
Going the Sun Road?
Going the Sun Road.
I think so.
At golden hour-ish.
Yay.
So it should be really pretty. And try and find a camping spot outside of Mini Glacier. Out here in the middle of nowhere to film for you guys because we're at a dispersed camping site campground that has probably like 30 different rigs here. So I went to hide. You can't really see it, but there is a beautiful river behind me. Fall foliage everywhere. I'm kind of living for the fall moment that we're having at the end of September, and it's getting me really excited for the leaves to change back home. But it's time to finally talk about why I decided to stop traveling full time, because there's so many pros, and it was an incredible lifestyle for the time that I did it for 3 years. But there are a few things that made it really, really hard for me. And then after doing it for such long time, like these things became non-negotiables for me that I needed in my life again. The first is that I missed having community. Community is so important to me. It's the biggest thing that I've learned in the past 3 years about myself, is that something that I deeply value is having a community around me, having my people, learning from my people, and just putting my time in to be a villager, be there for my family, be there for my friends, not be gone all the time so that I can build those deep connections with people. And when you're traveling, it's really hard to build that community because you're constantly meeting people, saying hello, getting really, really deep for like 5 days, and then never seeing them again unless you really make it a priority. And then even then you're only seeing them a couple times a year. So all of your relationships just become long distance relationships, which can be really, really hard, honestly. And so I knew I wanted to move somewhere where I could build that community for myself. The second thing that led me to getting my own place was wanting a sense of consistency. There are so many beautiful things about the travel lifestyle, and that's the fact that tomorrow you could be doing something completely different than you were doing today, and that you have complete control of your schedule. A lot of times you don't even know what you're doing the next day or where you're sleeping, or even have your plane booked for the new country that you're going to next week. It's all so spur of the moment, and there's something so beautiful about that freedom that you have to make your life your own every single day when you wake up. But there's also something so exhausting about always having to plan the next thing. Like, it's really hard to be in the moment when you're constantly thinking about everything that you have to do to plan for your next place. Where are you staying? How are you getting there? Who are you going to know there? What do you want to do while you're there? It's always just these endless to-do lists and constantly planning. Like, you're planning all the time. And because of that, because of the moving around, you have no consistent schedule. Even when I was working remote, it was really hard for me to stick to a certain schedule, because if I'm in Europe, I was working from 3 p.m. to midnight. But then if I was in Hawaii, I was working to 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. or I was working 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. So no matter where I am, my schedule always shifts. So working out looks different, going to different gyms, maybe not even going to the gym at all because there isn't one where you live or where you're living. It's really hard to make healthy meals all the time because you don't always have access to a grocery store. It's all the simple things at home that we take for granted that you have zero consistency over when you're traveling, and that's one thing that you have to give up. And it's something that I just wanted every once in a while. I wanted that consistency back, and I wanted to have my own place. That's another thing, is that when I was coming home from my trips, I was living at my parents' house, and coming home to my parents' house always felt so exhausting, and I felt like I didn't want to be there. And so I would just plan my next trip just because I needed to plan another trip and not be at my parents' house. So I desperately needed my own space and a place to call my own, and I hadn't had a lease in 3 years, and it felt like something I wanted. Like I wanted to build a life beyond a suitcase again. So all these things put together were just piling up: lack of consistency, lack of community, a deep need for my own space and my own things, and to have more than, not to have more than what I had, because I think you literally need less than what you think, but I wanted to build a life somewhere. Like I was just going random places and seeing the most amazing things, but I wasn't building a life for myself. That's the hard part when you're traveling, is that you're giving up. Some people are giving up a career, some people are giving up their family. Like you're giving up that opportunity to build roots and to have roots in one place. And that was something that I was really looking forward to building in this next year of my life. I just wanted to take a minute to shout out the sponsor of today's video, which is Quince. It is all of the apparel pretty much that I've been wearing throughout this whole vlog of my Montana trip, and they just have the best basics that are perfect for travel. Now, the thing I love most about Quince and this brand is the fact that all of their products are such good quality and they become at a reasonable price. You're buying sweaters that are 100% cashmere, 100% merino wool, things like this that are packable puffer that just feel such high quality, and they're at such a reasonable price. I'm really, really picky about what I bring and the materials that I wear, because I want clothes that are going to last. And especially when I'm traveling, I'm wearing those clothes consistently. This sweater, I think I've worn every single day of this trip, and it needs to be durable because it's going to go with me everywhere. I also really prioritize things that pack up super small. They need to be multi-purpose. They need to pack up really small into my suitcase because you can't bring a million things. And so the way that you get around that is you get quality materials that are actually going to keep you warm in your layers, because they don't need to be as thick to keep you warm. So my thin cashmere sweater that I got from them will keep me just as warm as the really bulky one, because it's 100% cashmere. That's the beauty of having really, really great quality products. So the next time that you're going on a trip and you need a couple more basics to throw into your bag and really start building a capsule wardrobe that is perfect for travel, you need to head over to Quince, because they have the best high quality items at a really reasonable price for any traveler. Hello from Victoria Falls. Our day 2 of hiking.
And I'm sore.
And we're very sore. Our knees are in pain because we did 14 miles yesterday. But today, we're being nicer to ourselves and just doing 7.
Roadside chili.
So what does life look like now that I'm not traveling full time? It means that I got an apartment in Chicago. So that is my home base for the next, hopefully, couple years. I mean, it's been 6 months now and I've really been loving it. And I feel like I'm starting to build a community there that I've always wanted. And being a little bit closer to family is something that's really important to me right now. So it feels really exciting to be doing both. My goal is still to do both. I'm not going to stop traveling forever. I'm not stopping traveling at all. Trust me, I still travel a crazy amount compared to the average human being. And I'm just mainly going to plan on being gone in the winter and there in the summer so that I can enjoy the weather when I like to be in Chicago, and then travel when it's freezing cold and miserable. So we're trying to find the balance of both, and it definitely makes a lot of things difficult. I mean, finding routines looks different, dating looks different, seeing your family looks different, your friends, like they have to get used to me being like, yeah, well, I'm actually going to be gone for a month, so I can't go to that event, and then I'll be back for a week, and then I leave on another trip. It's a part of the lifestyle, because the way that I travel really truly has become a lifestyle. It's not just I like to travel. My community is also in traveling too, and I refuse to believe that I can't do both, that I can't travel but also still have a consistent life, consistent routine, toe the line of like a 50-50 lifestyle. And so this is my first step in trying to do that. I think what's also helping me a lot is traveling with intention and not just traveling just to travel. Most of the trips that I will be going on will have a purpose behind them. Like I have a reason for going to that place. I'm not just traveling to get out of actually that could be a reason, just to get out of the city when I've had enough of it. I'm just cold. For example, my trips this fall, I went and got my open water certification in scuba diving in Honduras, and that was such a fun trip. It was 10 days in and out, had so much fun, but I had a purpose to be there. Now I'm working with this van company in Montana. Once again, it's a 5-day trip. I have a purpose to be here because I'm working with that company. Got a trip coming up in October that's kind of undecided still, but that's to see my travel community. That's the purpose behind that trip. And then at the beginning of December, December, I have a really fun deal in Switzerland with a French learning school. And so I'll be going on a solo trip for 2 weeks. And it's my one solo trip that I do every single year. I usually just try and pick some cool activity to do and make sure I go by myself to have my intentional time to round out the year. So those are my trips coming up. And so that's how I'm going to start looking at all trips moving forward. I think this time is opening up so much for me to actually work on the projects and have fun and time to create on social media, because a lot of times I was just so go that I would end the trip with so much content and so much work to do, and I would be going to the next place and I wouldn't have enough time to sit and process it and to actually build something and create out of it. I'm sitting on a gold mine of content from all the random places that I've been that I just have never done anything with because I got so burnt out after the trip going to the next one, or uninspired because I was no longer there anymore. So the goal is really just to have time to let trips settle and to really reflect on them and just not always feel like I'm rushing to the next place. All we do is hike and cook, hike and cook, and I'm not actually mad about it. It's not about life. So thank you guys for chatting with me. This has been really fun and more so therapeutic for me, just to talk through all my thoughts about being a travel creator, traveling full time, and then wanting to slow down a bit, and how that doesn't mean failure. For so long, I thought that if I stopped traveling, it meant that I had failed and that I was no longer living the life that I always dreamed of. But at the end of the day, your dreams can change. Your dreams change so much and you have to let them evolve with you. And I wasn't. I was so stuck in this mindset that I had to be the same, and I wasn't letting my lifestyle evolve. And I felt like I was almost going to let people down if I stopped traveling in the extreme that I was. As you can just tell, in the next 3 months, I'm going to 4 different places for 2 weeks, pretty much at a time. I'm still traveling. I'm still very much traveling, but I'm integrating it into a more full life. Getting roots and having a home base is only ever going to help me. It's not going to hurt me. It's going to make my life more full. It's not going to take anything away from me. That is literally the mantra I had to tell myself when I was signing my lease so that I could get through it, because I was so terrified. That is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed seeing beautiful Montana and Glacier Park like I did, because this place is incredible. This is probably the best national park that I've been to. To be fair, I've only been to 6, but this is so high up there. Once again, if you liked any of the outfits in this video, make sure you guys check out Quinn's. They are the best for my travel basics. I really do wear all their stuff. This is their packable puffer jacket right here. It's all perfect for travel. I'll have the link in my description, and I'll see you guys in my next video.